Hey, shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yashar Brakatah. Hey, shalom. Yahweh Shemar Atah Bahashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, underneath Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. And tonight, man, we're going to bring out another heavy topic, man. Tonight's class is going to be on America, man, and these oppressors and their violent ways, man. Because lately, over the past maybe the beginning of this year, you've seen an increase in violence. You've seen an increase in violence on another level here in America, man. You know, now they're talking about it's been a mass shooting every week. Every week it's been a mass shooting, and they can't stop it. But what people don't fail to realize is that this has always been a part of America's culture.
That's right.
This violence. Every time you turn on the TV, you see somebody getting killed, mass shooting, somebody's running up in here, running up in there. This has always been the culture of America.
That's right.
We shouldn't be surprised that you're starting to see an increase in it and more of these things starting to happen. You know what I'm saying? But we have to come to a realization of something, that we must separate from this heathen nation, man. We must come out of this place and stop doing the things that they do and what they encourage us to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to bring out some heavy stories tonight, man. You know, some of these things are going to have you bothered, and some of the things we're going to show you is going to have you disturbed. But our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, need to know the truth about America, man. They need to know about this violence that America pushes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to start out with one scripture, man. Let me get y'all one scripture, man. All right, this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. And it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee." And that's what we're starting to see now with America, man. Not only are we starting to see the violence that America has pushed against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but the world is turning on their TVs and they're watching. They're seeing how violent and evil these people are, which oppress us here in America, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show y'all a video, man, of one of the most latest shootings that has occurred against one of our brothers, man, against another black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. And what we have to understand is that this culture, that we are, these people that we are underneath, which are our oppressors, which are here in America, they are a violent nation of people. You know, we don't have time to try to love everybody and hold hands and act as if we all can still get along and make things work. We have been trying it ever since we got out of slavery. We have been trying it since we have been in slavery. And look where it's got us at now, man. Still in 2021, you still are going to see things like this video we're about to show you right now, man.
Get the new iPhone 12 on Spectrum Mobile's 5G, and boom, legit influencer.
Now, this is a video from a most recent shooting, man, of another brother out of Minneapolis. Another brother out of Minneapolis. And think about what just happened in Minneapolis and what's going on in Minneapolis right now. We got the trial going on right now for the brother. So what's the brother name again, sir? Who got his George Floyd.
Right.
You know, for George Floyd, it's a case. They got the case going on right now for George Floyd, where he was murdered by police officers. Now, maybe a year later, you turning on your TV and you seeing another murder in the same city where George Floyd was killed at, man. But everybody's about love. Everybody's about love.
So if I could, real quick.
Count on what kind, sir.
So let me see what I'm seeing, because I didn't get a chance to really look into this one.
Okay,
so
count.
the cops pull in. So this is a brother sitting in the front seat of the car, right?
Count on what kind,
The
sir.
cops is trying to apprehend him. They're telling him to tase, but instead of tasing him, they shoot him. And so is the car driving? So they basically try to drive off.
Count on what
The
kind.
brother ends up, I'm guessing, dying later on.
Count on what kind.
Damn, boy.
He drives off and he ends up dying in the car crash.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see, can I go back to it?
So the testimony is to humanize and give a perspective about this man who
And this the sad thing about it was a brother trying to arrest him. Like, that's a brother right there.
Right. Is he northern or southern tribe?
I think he's Southern. I think he's like mixed. His father's a Judite. He's just real light skinned.
Tribe's a good way right there.
Kind of kind.
But he's trying to pull off.
She said taser, but look what she has in her hand or whatever.
Gun.
She says taser.
But that's clearly a Glock.
That's a Glock.
God damn.
Look at the brother face.
They just.
The brother right there. He said he was in, like, you really can't see his face too much. Shot him. That's the brother right there. You see his face. He's just like, you what? You shot him. Even the Edomite cop, he's just like, what the?
He's,
Like that.
God. It's like, if you don't mind me saying, man.
Kind of what kind, sir?
It's because that is blatant hatred. Like, they could sit there and say, oh, it was an accident, he was a rookie, or whatever they might want to try to pull up and say, or whatever. You understand? But in reality, man, like, they are so horrible. The police department is so horrible, right? That even with these new camera laws where they have to have cameras on them, they still murder us with their damn cameras on.
Right.
Which goes to show you what? That this is all normal. Like, this right here is police practice.
Kind of what kind.
The point was to murder him, man.
Damn right.
Like, this is not at all an accident.
Right.
He had a gun out when the lady was saying taser. She said it loud. The other police officer said, taser, taser, taser.
Salagi, sir.
Go ahead.
It was the lady who shot him.
And she was the one that shot him.
She was the one who shot him, saying taser, taser,
God
taser.
damn. And she didn't realize she didn't have a taser in her hand? No, she knew she didn't have a taser in her hand.
Right.
She knew she had a Glock in her hand, man.
And it's crazy. Like, look at the presser. Even he's just like, damn. He's like, even the brother just has his mouth wide open. He's just like, why not just let him get away?
Mm-hmm.
Why murder him? And come to find out, the only thing the brother had was an outstanding warrant. Wasn't even nothing serious to where he don't murder somebody and kill somebody. The brother just didn't want to go to jail. That's it.
That's
like
right.
like all brothers and sisters. Who wants to go sit in Esau's prison? Who wants to go sit in prison? And so the brother did what a lot of brothers will do, try to get away. Because we are tired of being oppressed. And so this brother tried to get away, and this devil woman shot him. And the brother that tried to arrest him, you could tell the brother wasn't even going to try to fight with him. The brother was just going to let him go. Like, hey, just let him go. We'll catch him some other time. But she couldn't resist just shooting him, man. She couldn't resist, man.
It's like, if I could,
Kind of what kind, sir?
she was looking at him like a no good ass nigga.
That's it.
Because the only reason why you get that afraid and want to pull out your gun is because you saw him as an animal.
Right.
You didn't see him as, okay, you know, this is a troubled man who is evading the law. Let's figure out a way to to keep this man safe, but also apprehend him.
Right.
So, like that's the face that the police try to portray. Like they really here to protect and serve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she knew what she was up against, and she knew that this man wasn't a threat. And it would have been more humane if it was actually a taser, but that's not the case, man. She really killed that brother, and she did that on purpose.
Right.
I mean, I don't care what the court try to say or with the nature of Esau, like she's an Edomite.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's natural because they're so big of a deceiver. Like white people are, like the white man is a deceiver. That's why we call him the devil.
Right.
You understand? She knew when she did that she had a gun in her hand.
Damn right.
In her mind, she already knew what she wanted to do. And she already had it set, and she'll sit there and make it look like this was an accident. I was scared. It was the heat of the moment. You know what I'm saying? But she knew what she was doing. She meant to put that man to death, man. That's what she wanted to do. Okay. It's just inside of them. It's like a perpetual hatred.
Right.
It's just inside of them to want to kill a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man.
Kind of one kind, sir. And that's heavy as hell out of one cause. And they can't help it. It's like they can't help it. It's just their nature. It's like it's spiritual. That's how you know that this is truly spiritual. Like, you know, you look outside of them, but they good people and everything. But what's inside of them is hate, man, murder. And it's another video that I had wanted to share right here. It's another video.
If I could, the one cop in the back was standing there like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, he already know what time it is. He know it's going to be hell and protest and violence. Because right after they did that to their brother, they did have a protest. They did back the police officers up into a corner, but we all know what's going to happen with this case.
Yeah.
We all know what's going to happen. She's going to beat it. She's going to get off scot-free because this is America's culture, man.
That's right.
It's violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think you see so much violence in the black, Latino, and Native Indian neighborhoods? Because we get it from them. We want to live like them. We want the things that they have, and we know how they get it.
Damn right.
So in order for us to get it, guess what we feel like we got to do? We got to do the same violence to each other just to get where they at. And this is another video out of one right here, sir. And let this right here be a lesson to brothers and sisters who thinks joining Esau's military or his police force is going to get you treated differently by these oppressors, man. They look at you no different, even though you might have on one of their uniforms. To them, you just the nigga in a suit.
That's right.
You just the nigga in a costume to them. They don't respect that. That's why we tell brothers and sisters, if you are a part of this military or this police force, leave. Because you're doing all these things to move up inside of their ranks in their military and in their police force and thinking that you becoming a captain is going to help you and becoming a lieutenant or sergeant in their army is going to help you. But in all actuality, this is how they truly feel about you. They could care less about, you know, what your rank is in their military. They can care less if you the police chief. They don't give a damn. And let this be a lesson to our brothers and sisters who choose to join Esau's military. That's right. And listen to what this brother says.
Released by U.S. Army.
I'm actively serving this country. This is how you're going to treat me. I didn't do anything.
This brother says, I am actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me. In other words, what he's saying is, Massa, I'm fighting for you. You should treat me different. But this is how Esau treats him.
Video released by U.S. Army Lieutenant Karen Nazario's attorney shows the moment the soldier in uniform was pepper sprayed in the face with his hands raised after a traffic stop turned violent in Virginia last December.
Watch it.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
The suit, filed by Nazario in early April in the U.S. District Court of Norfolk against Windsor policeman Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker, alleges violations to his constitutional rights and includes assault, illegal search, and illegal detention.
What are you, a specialist? Corporal, what are you? I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car! Nazario's attorney, Jonathan Arthur, said his client, who is black and Latino, was, quote, not resisting in any way, shape, or form.
The lieutenant sent me his cell.
So, like, so that is, they mace you and still want you to put your hands behind your back. Your eyes are burning. You in pain. Your eyes burning, nose burning, and they still want you to be put in handcuffs. This is how you would treat an animal who's loose and you're trying to catch him.
That's right.
When are we going to come to a realization is that this is how the oppressor truly feels about us? They don't look at you like a human being. They don't look at you like a man. They don't look at you like a woman. They don't look at you as a mother or a father or a brother or a sister. They look at you as if you are an animal. This is why this so-called lieutenant who's in the military serving was maced and put in handcuffs while his eyes are burning. They didn't even try to help the brother. They didn't even try to be like, okay, look, we see that you are, in uniform. You're a lieutenant. We thank you for serving our country. So, we're going to try to go about this the right way. They maced him in the face and then asked him, what are you, a lieutenant? What are you, a corporal? What are you? And he had to reply while his eyes were burning and say, I'm a lieutenant. And they still put him in handcuffs. Still put him in handcuffs. And what they got Veterans Day. When you coming home and you got your suit on, you walk inside the restaurant. Your food is free. We got you. They don't give a damn about none of that. They don't care about none of that. Colonel, sir.
Man, this is so heavy, right? He hates that brother, man. He hated that man. I'm gonna tell you why. Because just like you said, he makes that brother right in the face and then asked him what his rank was in the U.S. military, right?
Sheesh.
Because in other words, what he was saying to him, who gives a damn what your rank is? You a nigga in my eyes.
That's it. Colonel,
you a nigger in my eyes. It was almost like sarcastic. What are you, a corporate? What are you, a general? What are you, a lieutenant? What are you? No, you really wanted to say after that, he wanted to say, no, you're nothing but a nigger. That's
it.
What he really wanted to say.
That's it out of one. That's it out of one.
I'm telling you, it's just horrible, man, because you black Hispanics and Native Indians, y'all better start loving this truth, man. Y'all better come up under this UPK banner, man, because you understand why you out there chasing rank and all kinds of nonsense out there serving the white man's military. They hate you. They don't care that you out there protecting their country.
Right.
You understand? You go out there protect their country, you come back here, and you're still an enemy in their eyes to them. You're fighting their enemies, meanwhile, they're your enemies as well. It just makes no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? And he showed that veteran, that man who went out there and busted his ass for the Slovakia, for the white man's military. You know what I'm saying? And he showed him nothing that he was nothing more but a nigga in his eyes, man.
Good night.
Horrible.
Good night. And it's very disturbing because we had a brother who came downtown while we was at camp who wanted to fight and argue with us because we told him, you know what I'm saying, the truth about this oppressor. We told him that they do not love you. They don't care about you. And the only thing he could say was, I serve in this military. I'm a killer in this military. I don't fought in this war, that war, them did this and everything. But I pray that that same brother who said that to us, I pray he turned on his TV and seen this video.
Right.
I pray he can look at this video and say, damn, maybe these brothers might be right. Maybe these people don't love us. They don't care about how many years you don't served in the military and the worst thing about it, this brother is active in the military right now. And I'm gonna tell you what's even worse, if he still continues to fight in the military.
Right.
If he still goes to fight in the military, after this was done to him, he might as well not even say nothing.
Right.
He might as well not even say anything. He might as well just deal with it. Because how are you going to fight for the same people who hate you?
That's right.
And they just showed you how they feel about you. Maced you in the face, pull you out your car, then ask you, what's your rank? Why are your eyes burning, nose burning, you can't even breathe? I'm going to play the rest of this, sir.
And it was horrifying. But I kept hoping and thinking, that's only one angle. Maybe there's something I missed. Maybe.
Shh. Good night. He said, this oppressor right here, he's more for the cops. He said the video was horrific. It was horrifying. He said, but, I was hoping maybe if I seen it from another angle, maybe it was something I might have missed. In other words, what he was saying is, yes, the video is horrible, but maybe if I see it from another angle, this nigga is guilty.
Yeah.
This nigga's guilty. He did something wrong. Like he just said this on. That's why you have to be in the UPK. Because only true priests and prophets can break down what this devil is saying.
That's right.
This devil pretty much just said is, I'm trying to find another way to show that this nigga is guilty.
That's right.
And guess what? The brother who's in the military, he's not even going to catch it. He's not even going to catch it. He's going to be like, man, I thank you. He's going to thank him for speaking on his behalf.
That's right.
That's why you need brothers in the UPK. That's why you need to come underneath this banner, man. You know what I'm saying? So you truly can learn how to serve the Most High and learn who your true enemy is, man. You know what I'm saying? Learning who your enemy is, it'll stop situations like this from happening, man. You won't go out here to serve in the military from the same people who oppress you, man. Just to come home and get treated like this by the police, and then have your lawyer who's supposed to be on your side, who pretty much just says, I was trying to see if he was guilty. Yeah, the video was horrible. It was horrific. But maybe if I seen it from another angle, it was something I missed. Like, I'm going to let y'all, listen, he said this, listen.
It was horrifying. But I kept hoping and thinking, that's only one angle. Maybe there's something I missed.
Salaki, if you could pause that. He didn't just say, like, he said, I'm hoping. Like, he wanted that nigga to be guilty so bad. He said, I'm hoping.
Good.
Because he wanted the cop to be right and wanted the nigga to be wrong. This is all business right here.
Right.
These lawyers, they're not defending you because they love you. They're defending you because it makes them money. It's business. But they couldn't give a rat's ass if you was guilty or innocent.
Right.
But they have to play their part. So if you're guilty, if you're innocent, or whether you're innocent or guilty, his job is to defend you. That's it.
That's it.
His part is to defend you. He's going to look into the laws, into the procedures to see what was done right, what was done wrong, and to see if he could, if he had a defense against whoever, offended, his client, which is the brother. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't give a damn because he said, I was hoping, meaning he would have rather in his mind had it been that brother did something wrong,
right?
That cop was in compliance,
right?
When that cop was not in compliance, and that cop was absolutely wrong. And one thing you Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians is gonna learn is that the way that these laws and these protocols that these cops have and how they do things, the way that they're set up in a way that you're not gonna know what you can and cannot do around them.
Right.
It could be little things that you do that will get you jammed up with them.
Right.
To the point where they feel like they got to put a knee on your neck, or they feel like they got to put you in a chokehold, or they got to do this and do that, and it ultimately ends up in your death. You know what I'm saying? They do that. Those procedures and all that stuff is meant to take you out, man.
Right.
Meant to put you to death. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, not even the cops, man. Even this, so I'm guessing he's the lawyer, right?
Got him a con.
So even the lawyer, man, this whole system is against you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. That man don't even care. He said that I was hoping.
Shit, Slacky.
Go ahead,
I'm still listening out of one.
Yeah. That's all I had to bring out. The hope part was the one that got me.
Good night. But these leaders keep telling us that we should love everybody. Mm-hmm. Not even your lawyer is in your best interest. The person who you call on to represent you when you're done horribly wrong, even he was hoping that it was something he missed. So he could say, you know what? We got to throw this case out. You were wrong. They were right. We can't win this one. And this is what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't understand. Is this man would rather not represent this man because he has to go back home to his people. He has to go back to the neighborhood where his people live at. And one thing about him that's different from a lot of our people is he has some type of he has respect for his people. He honors his people. He knows him representing this case is going to get him a bad taste in the mouth of his own people. So that's why he was saying, I was hoping there was something I missed. He would have rather got out of this case. I'm going to keep going, sir.
The dash cam footage or the body cam footage will show something different. And it did. It just got worse from there.
Talk to me about what's going on.
God.
Nazario was driving his new SUV with a temporary paper tag displayed on the back window on December 5th when he was told to pull over in Windsor, a small Virginia town southeast of Richmond. When a police cruiser signaled for him to stop, the lawsuit said Nazario put on his blinkers, slowed down, and looked for a lighted place to stop, eventually stopping at a gas station less than 2 minutes later. The suit says an officer radioed to dispatch that a driver without a tag was eluding police and was considered a high-risk stop, and another officer responded to the scene.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
Nazario told police that he was afraid to get out of the vehicle. The suit says Nazario had his hands up, offered no resistance, but was pepper sprayed and violently knocked to the ground and detained. Ultimately, Nazario was released without charges.
I can't believe being treated like this.
I don't want to charge you. I will. It's my job. I don't want to.
That devil hated him.
Salakia. That devil said, I don't want to charge you. I will, but I won't charge you. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. This is just a classic. I'm just being a nigga, minding my own business, and the cop is just, I don't have nothing better to do than to go track some nigga down. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is, because, you know, from what it sounded like, he was stopping them because of the temporary tag, right?
Kind.
Now, a temporary tag is just as legal as any tag,
Right.
as long as, of course, it's within the legal dates of usage.
Right.
You understand? So he took the time, and I trust me, this was definitely a profile stop. This was a profile stop. You understand? Because, you know, cops ain't stupid. They know that we have these temporary tags. They know that these exist. They know when you get a new car or a used car, you can get a dealership tag or a temporary tag to put on that car. It wasn't the tag that they was looking at. It's not the tag. They didn't give a damn about the tag. Like, don't get in your mind that the tag was the reason why they pulled him over.
Right.
They pulled that man over because he was a nigga sitting in that car, man.
Right.
It was a nigga sitting in that car. Now, I don't know for sure if they knew he was a military veteran, which I'm pretty sure they probably knew that too. This is just one of those opportunities for Esau to flex. This is his way of flexing. He wants to show that, listen, you in the military, nigga, I'm still your boss. I'm still the man over you. Your rank doesn't mean nothing to me. Listen, I can charge you, but I won't. Because that's what he said, right?
Good
I
night.
can charge you, but I'm not going to charge you. Like, basically flexing, like telling them, I don't give a damn if you're a corporal or a general or what you are in this military. I'm over you, and you're going to do what I say, boy.
Boy.
Like, that's what happened in that right there. Like, that's how you got to understand it coming from the ISUPK, that's what's happening. In the world, and as a Christian, you're going to say things like, well, was he complying? Well, was he doing what he was supposed to be doing? You know, what did he do wrong? Well, you know, there's two sides of the story. When there's only one story and it's right what's in front of you. Like, just look at it. Listen to what's being said. Look at the exchange. You know what I'm saying? And really what was going on in that, it was an opportunity for a cop to come and prey on a brother, man.
Right.
To potentially put him to death, which is what he really wanted to do.
Kind.
Because if it had been, you know, if there had been different circumstances within that situation, that brother probably would have been dead.
Kind, sir. Because Salagi said, I can. He most definitely wanted to kill him. You know, he got out the car with the gun drawn, aggressive, ready to kill something. And him having that uniform on didn't do nothing but make him more madder. He's, oh, you think because you in the military that I'm going to treat you any different?
Right.
You think I'm supposed to respect you You just a nigga. Put these handcuffs on. I'm gonna make you in the face. And we're gonna take you down. And then it sounded like the brother was about to cry, man. It sounded like he was about to cry.
So like if I could, he was. I heard it. That brother was crying. Now this is a military. This is a machine. This is a man who went in the military, learned how to shoot high-powered rifles, learned how to jump over high fences and crawl in the trenches. A man that's probably been overseas and had to shoot his gun a couple of times.
Right.
Had to kill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he gets home and he's getting pulled over by a cop. And next thing you know what I'm saying, he's being taught that he ain't nothing but a low down dirty nigga. And it brought him down to the point of breaking point to where he's crying. Like this man who was molded to be a machine and to fight for America is now being brought to piss because he's being reminded of who he is in this earth. He's being reminded of who he is to white people or to this system or this society.
So like you said, that's the reason why he was crying, because it clicked in his mind that after everything that I'm done for this country, I'm still just a nigga.
Damn right.
I'm still a nigga. And it broke him. The military couldn't break him. Him growing across seas and fighting in the military for this devil didn't break him. Losing friends in the military didn't break him. A cop in a small town who maced him, that's what broke him. That's what took his courage and his dignity away from him, man. Some fat, bald-headed oppressor who couldn't last 10 minutes in the military. Gets you out your car and maces you and treats you like you're nothing. I'm going to get back to some scripture, sir. Good night, man. Like we said, man, let that be a lesson to our brothers and sisters, man. It's horrible that we have to learn this way, man. But, and it's another video. I got to see this video. I got to see, can I find this video for you? I don't want to.
Our new scented oils give you our best smelling scents, now crafted with more natural ingredients and infused with essential oils that are 100% natural. Give us one plug and connect to nature.
I gotta show this video.
Start it, sir.
I think this is it right here. Now this is a horrible video also.
They train exotic birds to smuggle avocados straight from the tropics.
New at 11, allegations of racism at a local daycare. An image appearing to show white students being fed first while black children wait to eat. Thanks for joining.
God damn.
These people just hate us, man.
God damn. Oh boy. So like if I could, I got a couple of comments up here.
Kind of a comment.
Let's see. Sean said our people are going to die loving the oppressor.
That's a fact.
Osana Christ, give him a hand.
Con.
Yeah, right. Salakia, trade the eye. I don't know if the trade the eye. I don't know what his name that means. The brother said, okay, no sweat. He's just checking in on this one. Quan said he was scared for his life, talking about the last brother. You know what I'm saying? And Shar Banyal, this is the one I wanted to read. Shar Banyal Howard has said, still nigga.
Right. Right.
Which goes right along with what just happened in that video right there, man.
Like it doesn't. And this is more proof to show you that we are underneath these curses in the book of Deuteronomy that was mentioned, man. You can't outrun these curses, man. And this oppressor is so violent, man. You know what I'm saying? And they have so much hatred towards us that not only do they oppress the men and the women in our people, they even take it as far as to oppress our children, man. Like, I'm going to start this back over from the beginning, man. Listen to what she's saying, man.
New at 11, allegations of racism at a local daycare, an image appearing to show white students being fed first while black children wait to eat.
And they say these are allegations, but the video is right here. You got to go to work. And, you know, these children that are in there, these Israelite babies that are in there, their parents are going to work. And that daycare worker, she hates you so much that they will starve your children out just because they hate you. But yet your Christian church wants you to tell you we all got to love each other and get along. But look at how they do our men, and look at how they do our children. They can't do nothing evil to you, so guess who they take it out on? Your damn children, man.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Karen Greer.
And I'm Rick Volbaum, and tonight the parent company is taking action, severing ties with the daycare amid the controversy. All of this happening at Kids Are Kids Learning Academy near downtown Roswell.
CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy's live there tonight after speaking exclusively to the company president and a child's father. Jamie, what did you learn?
Well, Karen, I was able to speak to all parties involved in this. Now, this has all happened in less than 24 hours for this daycare centre, which consequently from all of this has now been sent adrift from the franchise. Accusations of racism at a Roswell daycare explode online.
They were skipping all of the black kids, it seemed like.
A family says they saw it happen while checking in on their 2-year-old through a video live stream for the Kids Are Kids Roswell location.
All the white kids got their lunch and all the black kids had to wait.
So the stunned family took a
Good
screenshot.
night.
From the videos and the pictures that we saw today, I mean, we are just completely disturbed.
And went straight to the daycare to confront the staff.
Mom went and picked them up immediately. And the director said, I'm not really sure because I'm not in the classroom. She said, maybe it's a dietary thing.
The family doesn't buy that. They shared the story and snapshot online. Ignite.
A dietary thing?
So like, if I could, a dietary thing meaning, I guess, black people eat certain foods and white people eat certain foods, I guess. I guess they don't eat the same type of food. I don't know, man.
You niggas babies eat a little too much, and so you know what, we gonna just put y'all on a diet and let these precious white kids eat, and y'all gonna eat afterwards. And that like, can you imagine what that does to a child that age? Having to sit there and watch all these other children eat while you and other kids who look like you don't even have a plate. Y'all look at each other and y'all babies, so y'all don't even really understand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting there looking at each other and thank the Most High for allowing these parents to see this video. Because if they would have never seen this video, this would have continued to go on, man. Is this what really goes on in these daycares we take our children to? Starving our children, beating on our kids, doing all of these horrible things? This is what goes on in these daycares, man. That's why you can't even trust nobody to watch your kids, man.
Right.
You can't take your kids to these daycares, man, because the people that are there in there watching them, you think that they, you know, got some type of love for children. They are in there starving your kids out, man. Making your kids wait to eat while all the other white kids eat. But we gotta love everybody.
A social media firestorm.
I wish that everybody would be able to see the
So I
video
could
in
make
its
a point real
entirety.
quick because I don't want nobody to miss this.
Kind of, sir.
But do you see how surprised that brother sounded while he was explaining that? That brother said you know, it looked as if, you know, they were serving the white kids, and they wasn't serving the black kids, they were serving the white kids first. And he said he was just kind of shocked. It was the way he was saying it was like he just was like unaware that this type of thing could happen. And that's the problem with our people, man. The problem with our people is you don't know that you're hated in this place.
Right.
You don't realize it. And when something horribly racist happens to you, you understand, then you begin to start feeling like, well, why is America doing this to us? Why is this? Why? What? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why do they treat our black kids like this? When this place was built on racism.
Damn right.
Did you not forget that we were the slaves that built this empire?
Right.
Do you forget that they beat us and they raped our women and raped our children? You know what I'm saying? And sent our children to different areas and took them, ripped them out of our hands and used them for gator bait and used to throw them up in the sky and shoot them, use them for target practice? Do you not see how horribly racist this place is? Did you not think that something like this could still happen? Why do we put so much faith in this place that has been hating us for 400 and something years?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was sitting there and he was just like, it just looked to me, it just was wrong. I was like, I don't know why this is, and in my mind, I'm like, when does this not happen? You obviously seeing brothers out here getting shot in the street for being black.
Right.
So why didn't you think that this could happen to your children right here in this daycare? Or you thought racism was only for a certain age group of niggas?
Good night.
No. No matter how old you are, you a nigga in the book. It don't matter how old you are, you a nigga in the white man's book, no matter how old you are. You know what I'm saying? I recall a lot of movies that I've seen and a lot of history where an 80-something-year-old man could have been driving in his car and get pulled over by the cop, and guess what he was still to that white cop? Boy. Where you going, boy? 80-something years old, you still a boy. 70, 60 years old, you grown-ass man, you still being called a boy.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't understand, man. It's enough of this acting, oblivious to this racism. Enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is destroying us. It's time to really acknowledge this racism and stop trying to love it. Like, here's the thing, and what's so crazy about it, but I ain't trying to take a
No lie, you too out, sir.
But it's just it's like a lot of this stuff right here is hitting me, and I'm just getting more and more. But here's another thing, right? What he doesn't know is that there was a time period where being separate was good.
Right, damn right.
Like before Martin Luther King, before the whole I Have a Dream movement, the whole, marching and on, and all of that stuff started taking place, black people could sit in a daycare or in a restaurant or in a school that belonged to us, a pharmacy, a doctor's office, and not have to worry about who the hell gets food first.
Right.
Because it was our people, and whoever got food first was still, we was all the same race.
Damn right.
It wasn't no big deal. But you into yourself, you marched to be part of the so-called white society, and you pressured them, and you fought, and you took getting bit on the ankles by the German shepherds, and you took the water hose, all just so you could sit up inside of an establishment that still shows you racism anyway.
Good night.
What was the point? What the hell was the point? There was no point in doing that. What you should have done is you should have kept your businesses.
Right.
You should have kept your businesses, your clinics, your daycares, your schools, your barbershops, all the things that we used to have. We should have kept those things.
Damn right.
And now, right now, we're sitting here complaining today and crying. Why won't they accept us? Why won't they let us be part of them? Why is it that we have to suffer this racism in their society? Because it's their society.
That's it, kind of
and you're trying to enter yourself into something that does not belong to you.
Right.
Separate and be part of your own culture.
Damn right.
The culture that was given to you by our king, by our God. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people, we loving our oppressors too much, and that's our problem. And he's, like him, Abon, that dude right there, he stood out more to me. Because of the way he was just more or less in the story, just because of how he was wording what he was wording. I'm sitting there thinking, why does it matter to him?
Right.
You know, black people, you gotta ask yourself why does it bother you so much that white people treat you that way when you could absolutely do something about it? And all you gotta do is separate.
That's it.
I'm just saying. All you gotta do is just, you know, go start your own daycare. You know, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian only daycare. You could do that.
Damn right.
You know, but you know, we too busy trying to, you know, put policies in place so that we could, you know, so that we could go ahead and join ourselves to them when the Lord told us to stop doing that anyway.
Right.
So you know.
God, so I'm gonna play the rest of this for us.
So like
We are just completely disturbed.
And went straight to the daycare to confront the staff.
Mom went and picked him up immediately. And the director said, I'm not really sure because I'm not in the classroom. She said maybe it's a dietary thing.
The family doesn't buy that. They shared the story and snapshot online, igniting a social media firestorm.
I wish that everybody would be able to see the video in its entirety first and not just the snapshot.
David Vincent says he's viewed the entire video.
Wow. Another devil. Like, come on, what are the odds of us showing two videos with two different oppressors who still try to defend the actions of their people, man? He said, I wish people would have seen the whole video and not the snapshot. Then you had the other devil from the other video who says, I looked at the video from another angle, hoping there was something I missed. It's like, even though they do us dirty, they still look out for each other and look for ways to take care of each other and make sure, you know, they're not the ones who are truly guilty. You know, at the end of everything, they always want it to be our fault. They always look for little loopholes and ways to get out of situations where the finger can be pointed at them. They still want to take their finger and be like, no. It's you. It's your fault. This is your problem. So you want to say anything?
No, that. I mean, what you're saying is heavy, man. That's a heavy point, and it's like you can't win Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, man.
Right.
It's like the only true way of fighting this and winning this battle is you must separate, because you don't understand that what you're fighting for is to be part of a world that doesn't accept you. Why are you trying to? And then here's the worst part about it. You're fighting to be in a world that hates you, but you're partaking in the world that hates you, and you're dying in that world that hates you.
Right.
That doesn't even want you to be there. But it's because of, like, Jenna Yohana said something one time, so real. Jenna Yohana said that black people are the most loving people on the earth.
Kind of what kind?
Black, Hispanic, Native Indian people are the biggest lovers in this earth.
Right.
And the reason why that's true is because we are the only nation that goes so hard to love and forgive our enemies when they're beating us right upside the damn head, man. Getting beat up right upside the head. Rodney King said, can't we all just get along? After he got beat by how many cops? He got clubbed and knocked out by many cops, got beat almost damn near to death. And this man said, can we all get along?
Good night. Good.
Come on, man. Like, y'all better understand that you're hated in this earth. And that's all the brother trying to bring out. That's all he's saying. You know, he's showing you these videos not for his own good, but for you to understand who your oppressor is. That's
good night. Colonel Wakan, sir. And that's, and I'm going to bring out some articles too, Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring out some more stuff also, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring out another scripture to let our people know, man, like, even though these good Christians, want you to tell, want to tell you that, like, you can obviously tell that this brother is a good Christian.
Right.
He's a good Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he doesn't understand is the Most High is going to put judgment on these people, man.
That's right.
It's no matter what you can do, no matter what you try to say, there is a punishment for these people, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get another scripture, sir. That's the why, sir.
Yeah, no sweat. I got you. What is it?
Psalms 55 and 21.
Psalms 55 and 21. Give me a second. Psalms chapter 55, verses 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
And that's what these, just like this devil right here, just like the other devil we seen who was the lawyer to the brother who got maced, they speak smooth words, man. Smooth words. You know, the devil on the last video said, I seen the video. It was horrible. It was horrific. But I was hoping if I watched it from another angle, there was something else that I might have missed. This devil says, I wish people would have took time to watch the whole video instead of just seeing the screenshot that they took of. Like, God damn, like look, the kids don't have food. What do we need to watch the rest of the video for? Okay, wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, now they get their plates. See, I told you, everybody ate. Like, what the? Like, y'all don't understand who we're dealing with, man. Y'all do not understand the. Oh, snap. Someone just came through what they said. Oh, man, I thought they were saying Charles Barkley had passed away, but he just turned down the job.
Oh. You got to give UPK keep up with all the news.
Right, we own it. We own it.
We own
it. But it's like they always want to speak smooth words to us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They always want to make it seem like it's our fault. And this devil right here is speaking smoothly, man.
That's right.
Con, you got it, sir.
But war was in his heart.
That's what's truly in their heart, man. That's what's truly in their heart. They speaking, it sounds so peaceful, you know, smooth words. This is the perfect scripture for that devil who was the lawyer for their brother. Mm-hmm. Speaking smooth words. Mm-hmm. You know, I seen the video. It was very horrific. You know, I seen the video. It was very horrific. But I watched it. I was hoping that I could watch it from another angle, and there was something I missed. Like, he's like, okay, you know, the video was horrific. All right, okay, cool. But I know it's something I did. I know the nigga did something wrong. He did something wrong.
God.
The nigga had a blade. Oh, he didn't have a blade? Nah, he didn't have any weapons. The nigga had some weed. Nah, he passed the sobriety test. That paper tag. That's what it was. It's something I missed. I'm hoping it's something I missed. And then you got this video with this double saying, if we would have just watched the whole video, you know, you would have got to see the truth. Come on,
It's
man.
like, if I could, the part where he said, this was a horrible thing that happened, that was just to butter y'all up, man. It was just to make y'all think that he had a sense of compassion,
Right,
for the situation. When in reality, he don't give a damn how horrible it is. He has to say that. Could you imagine if he didn't say it, how horrible his career would be? Like, how people would view him? You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to lie. And that's why the scripture was just such a perfect precept you pulled out.
kind of kind, sir. I'm gonna see what else this devil has. I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah,
kind of kind, so like it, sir.
Yeah, no, sir, I got you. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn with the swords.
That's what they want to do. They want to kill you, man. And it's no different than that police officer who pulled their brother out of there. You know what I'm saying? I could charge you. But I'm not gonna charge you. He's like, oh man, okay, that's good, you know. He just maced me. But now, you know, he's being nice to me. So maybe I should just let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm saying? Everything should be okay now. He might have maced me, but it's okay. You know, we good now. I'm going to play the rest of this video out of one.
His company issued the family an apology and says they will use...
That maybe it's a dietary thing.
The family doesn't buy that. They shared the story and snapshot online, igniting a social media firestorm.
I wish that everybody would be able to see the video in its entirety first and not just the snapshot.
David Vincent says he's viewed the entire video in question. His company issued the family an apology and says they will use the incident as a training tool.
We wanted to make sure that...
Goddamn. Again, smooth words. He just said that he wished everybody would have watched the video, but then he apologizes. What are you apologizing for if you knew that a lady didn't do nothing wrong?
That's right.
And then he has the audacity to say, we're going to use this as a training tool. Come on, man. They going to use this. Come on, sir. They going to use this as a training tool on how to teach white folks how not to treat the animals of this kingdom.
That's right.
You got to feed the animals too, y'all. You know, I know you don't want to feed the little Negro, but you got to feed him. Give him a biscuit or something. Come on, man. And these people speak smooth words, man, but war is in their hearts, man. Like, all of this is just war that they would love to rage out against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They would love no more than to just kill you and step on your children's heads, man. They would love to take it back to the 1700s and just do God knows what they want to you. I appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pull an article on this disgusting. I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying homosexuals are disgusting, but this is a brother who's right out of Greenville, South Carolina. I'm gonna pull this article up on this disgusting, weak man. I'm gonna see if this is it on this video.
Our families know that this is not what we are about.
After talking to the daycare owner today, the company is severing ties with the Roswell branch.
Perception, unfortunately, is reality. And with the cancel culture, I mean, unfortunately, it's the perception.
As for the daycare, saying in a statement, we know the act was random and the photo doesn't show the entire room. We believe if the parents viewed the videos, they would understand. I wish they could see the compassion we have.
It's like if I could.
Kind of sir.
All of it is just straight damage control. You know, he don't care. All that stuff. This is what happens when their business is about to be ruined. They gotta come out and they gotta give some explanation. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying, it happened. You know, there's nothing that he could say that's going to change the perspective of those who've seen it. And then what's so insulting, like you said, Bond, what's so insulting is that he's saying watch the entire video.
Good night.
Like you all we gotta see is a picture of these kids being fed, but these kids not being fed. And it's like, what other explanation can you give? If we watch the video, what are we gonna see? Somebody serving the white kids and then later on serving the black kids? Like, I'm not understanding. You could have came up with a better explanation. Like, maybe the black kids had already ate and they was getting a second serving.
Right.
You know, something. Come up with something better than that. Like, that's just so Esau, man.
And so, like, sir, if I could, Adawan, even if we watch the whole video, like you said, Adawan, there were Israelite children sitting at the table with Esau's children. How come that table didn't get served food all at once? How come it was two kids at that table with food who just so happened to be white? Then there was another child at the other table with the other two black children, and the only child that was eating at that table just so happened to be white. What are the odds of that?
If I could.
Kind of, sir.
I'm curious to know who was serving the food. It had to have been an Edomite woman. Was it an Edomite woman or Edomite brother? I mean, not brother. Edomite man? Like who was serving the food? Because it would be unlikely that if you had a brother or sister working there for them to do that. That's kind of like, that would be like kind of something childish or something just ridiculous that you would do as a black or Hispanic or Native Indian man or woman. But if you got white employees in here, wouldn't it seem more plausible that something like that could happen? Like we give our oppressors so much of a pass. Like, instead of just looking at it like, and it's really because our oppressors give themselves a pass.
Right.
That's why the scripture says that they hold themselves not guilty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? they give themselves such a pass that in a situation like this, instead of just saying that it is what it is, which we know it was blatant racism, they just want to find out if there was something that could have been more contrite or something that was more right. You know, something that was more fair. When the white man is not contrite.
Right.
He's not fair. He's not loving. So when you saw what you saw in that video, or when you saw what you saw in that picture, that's exactly what you saw.
Right.
You saw blatant racism, and there's no video that's going to change the context of that picture.
Damn right.
It's going to be racist either way, because that's what the whole point. The point is maybe they didn't think that somebody was going to notice in those videos that the black children was being neglected, so that the white kids could eat first.
Good night.
And it backfired. You know.
Good night.
It's a lot. I mean, I don't know. That's just horrible.
Kind, sir.
Y'all about to make me want to start a radio show behind all of this stuff, man.
It would be too wild.
I'm telling you, we need to do a radio show for South Carolina. I'm telling you.
Kind of what kind?
So we can sit here and just expose all of this racism out here, especially out here in the South.
And so like, sir, I was gonna pull one more article.
Yeah, you got it. I can know.
On this one right here. I'm gonna see, can I share it to you?
Yeah, if you share it to me, I'll read it for you.
And this is very disturbing on who this brother is right here. Because when you see who this brother is, I don't want you, I'm like, good night.
Ooh-wee. Let's see. Quan said, like Jay-Z said, still nigga. You know what I'm saying? Mosiah Christ on there. Ashan said, just picking new ways to kill us, and that's exactly right.
That's a fact.
Because you got to understand that the so-called white man is so subtle, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the most subtle beast in the earth, is what the Bible said about him. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, yeah, he looking for every way he can kill you and make that thing look innocent, man. He want to make that thing look innocent. That's why when the woman pulled out that Glock and was saying, she was saying, taser, taser, taser. You know what I'm saying? It sounded smooth. It sounded right. It sounded like she was not being, she cared enough about his life that she would rather have tased him than shot him. But while she was saying taser, 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 she shot a bullet inside of him, man, that took him out. That's why the scripture says, words are smoother than butter, but war is in their heart. There was war in that woman's heart, man.
Damn right.
It was war in her heart. The brother said they want us to forever be in hell while they are in paradise. Quan said they want us to forever be in hell while they're in paradise, and he's absolutely correct as well.
Right, kind of what kind.
Officer Shaw says, right, lawyers be the same way. Attorney always looking out for the judge in the world and what's best for the community. And that's correct as well, man. We gotta understand that this society that we live in, you know what I'm saying? This society that we live in is the laws are set up to destroy us and oppress us. Like, you know, our people are always seeking for this country or for this society to protect and love us when it's not made for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even know that you're supposed to go to war in this place. It's a spiritual battle.
Right.
That's why the scriptures say the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. It ain't about going out here and shooting anybody or fighting anybody with the sword. It's about fighting our so-called enemy. You know what I'm saying? By you know, not falling victim to his society and his customs. So like, you got it.
Kind of kind. So I had sent you that article, other one.
Let me pull it up real quick. You sent it a text message? Oh, I see. I got you. All right, let's get it. All right.
We.
Activist calls for Greenville to enact resolution condemning groups that seek to divide community, incite hatred.
Groups.
Greenville, South Carolina, for Fox Carolina, activist Bruce Wilson of Black Lives Matter and Fighting Injustice Together held a news conference on Tuesday to call for Greenville City Council to introduce and pass a resolution. Salaki, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Kind of what kind, sir?
So like, am I going to have to download this app in order to read all of it?
It should put up, but I can read it if you need me to.
Yeah, it won't allow me to because I don't have that app. I can download it real quick though. Give me a second.
Wait, kind of,
It
sir.
should allow me to get to the story. Just give me 1 second.
Kind of, sir.
Let me get back to it.
I'm gonna do a little breakdown on it, but
Okay.
do I on?
Give me. It's
Okay.
The app is downloaded now.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
1 second. All right. Give me 1 second.
She'll like about that too, I don't.
Yeah, don't sweat. I got you. All right. All right, here we go. Greenville, South Carolina, Fox Carolina, activist Bruce Wilson of Black Lives Matter and Fighting Injustice together held a news conference on Tuesday to call for Greenville City Council to introduce and pass a resolution condemning certain groups and preventing members of those groups from interfering with the laws of people of Greenville.
Ooh-wee. Now, Salagi, sir, if we can recall, this was the same same brother who was marching with the Black Panther Party.
Ooh-wee.
And when they marched downtown, we let them have it with a spiritual sword, man.
That's right.
They were walking downtown with guns and weapons and people in wheelchairs and children. But when they passed the camp of the UPK, we let them have it.
That's right.
So now, out of retaliation, the brother Bruce Wilson has now wanted to call on Massa to pass a resolution condemning certain groups and preventing members of those groups for interfering with the laws or people of Greenville.
Hold on, Salak, if I could.
Kind of what kind, sir?
Because, of course, I ain't slow with nothing.
Right.
But I definitely like to make sure I understand what I'm understanding. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting is, this is a man that advocated with the Black Panthers.
Right.
Right? And now, his political plight has changed, or whatever that political plight was, and now he wants to go and stop any group that wants to change anything dealing with the laws in Greenville.
Right.
So now, if I'm not mistaken, what he wanted in the beginning, based on what he was doing, was to stop police brutality and any laws that was oppressive to blacks. But now he's, in other words, now he's standing on the side of the law in the city of Greenville. And so he's standing on the side of the city of Greenville against those who come up against the ordinances and the laws that protect Greenville, South Carolina. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Kind of one kind, sir. and Salagi, sir, for the people who might not get it, in other words, he's pretty much going against his own people. The same thing that he went out and fought for, he's going against now. So I'm gonna get one scripture also, sir.
Yeah, damn right, no sweat.
Salagi, sir, can I get James 1:8, sir?
God.
Look, guys, this is the same brother, and we've been saying this about this brother for maybe about a year or two. That this brother, when he did that march the first time downtown, we prophesied that he was going to turn his back on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We told people, you know, people in Greenville criticized us. Oh, Bruce Wilson, he loves black people. He loves us. And we told people, how can he love you when he has made an agreement with the same people who shoot you down in the streets?
That's right.
He made an agreement with, when they did their first march. It's like, so we wasn't having camp downtown, I don't think then.
Well, they did the first one, right?
The first one.
I remember. I know what you're talking about.
When we went out there, we was crashing on demons. We was crashing on them devils. We was cutting them left and right with scriptures.
Right.
And we seen them marching.
Mm-hmm.
And when he marched through with the people, he marched them to a certain place and then had to march back the same way they came.
Right.
Because he had made an agreement with the police department that they wouldn't go past the courthouse. So it was like, come on, man, how can you march with somebody who's in compliance with the same people who slam doors on your head while you in handcuffs?
That's right.
How can you march with somebody who's in compliance with the same people who shoot you down in the streets?
That's right.
And so, like, sir, sir, if you had that scripture out of one, good night.
I got you. James chapter 1, verse 8. Is that the correct?
Come on, sir.
James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man.
Like, sir, could you say it again, sir?
A double-minded man.
Bruce Wilson is a double-minded man.
Is unstable in all his ways.
He's unstable in all his ways. And when I mean all his ways, all his ways. Right. He's unstable in the decision he makes for black people. Hell, I'm not too sure if he's unstable with his sexuality also.
He does look a little pie.
I'm just saying, you know, this man is double-minded. He's unstable when it comes to his people. And him and that other brother from the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm just saying, you had to be there to see their actions.
Damn right.
And they looked real unstable. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, you got it out of one.
God. Verse 9.
Oh, no, so like that was it on this one? Okay, cut him, sir.
All right. Specifically, Wilson wants the resolution to call out white nationalists, white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and any other hate groups and individuals whose ideologies are based on hate, violence, discord, and intolerance, according to a draft of his proposed resolution. God damn.
He had to throw the white nationalists out there first. But what people don't understand, Bruce Willis is in the bed with Greenville County councilmen.
That's right.
He's in the bed with them. Black people are going to learn the hard way about this brother. You're going to learn the hard way about this from this brother. Because he's naming things that black people want to hear. White nationalists, okay, cool. White supremacists, I'm with it. Neo-Nazis. And then he goes on to say any other hate groups. Because guess who they also try to label a hate group? The ISUPK. This brother right here is an informant. I pray we see him in public because we are going to mop the floor with him spiritually.
Damn right.
You know, we ain't going to put no hands on him, but we are going to let him know that we know you are a coon. We know that you are in the bed with these oppressors. And your whole thing is to knock us off of that street corner because what we do throws a fork in the middle of the road of your plot. You know, he doesn't give a damn about black people. He's just doing this so he can get himself boosted up in politicians. He wants that money. He doesn't give a damn about black people. I spoke to Bruce Wilson when I was in the world. And I told him, I was like, hey, listen, you know, I work for a company, you know, if we can come together with some funds, I can get us 300 pizzas and we can pass them out to the hood. You know, he said, I'm going to get back to you on it. And never heard anything. Never heard anything from him.
It's like if I could.
Kind of what sir.
Because he don't give a damn about niggas.
Damn right, sir.
That's not why he's doing any of this.
Damn right, sir.
Because he's getting paid under the table to be the political influence that Greenville County needs black people to be influenced by. If he's out there advocating, and this is the part that y'all might be missing, man, and the bond just said it. He said it right and clear for you. This ain't even really an attack on white nationalists. This ain't even really like, it is, but it's an attack on the ISUPK.
Damn right, sir.
You understand? Because he coming out there, so-called Black Panther and all of this garbage, man, and they marching up and down the streets with the AR-15s and the AKs and whatever. And of course, you know, they ain't gonna never be able to stand, and they ain't gonna never be as masculine and strong and have the spirit of Christ the way the ISUPK does.
Damn right. Damn right.
Man, Jimmy Hunter got some soldiers out here.
Goddamn right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell he thinking, but anyways, you know what I'm saying? This is all about him being in bed with our oppressor, man.
Damn right, I don't want.
Because this is really what this is about. He is nothing different from Martin Luther King, man. He is nothing different from the whole, I want to bring everybody together and make everybody one melting pot, and all the kids gonna love each, you know, all the white kids and the black kids gonna. This is nothing but the dream of Martin Luther King all over again.
Right.
You look at this nigga. I'm looking at the picture of this nigga, and I'm like, he's just one of them bald-headed ass.
Can't
like it for my language. Bald-headed ass Uncle Tom, Steve Harvey looking Negroes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can just look at him and just tell he don't give a damn about black people. What he cares about is being able to have sex with white women and being able to be an open homosexual whenever he wants to become one. Whenever he comes out and become one.
Slacker, sir.
Go ahead.
Not so much white women, but white men.
Yeah, come. That's even more.
Salakia, sir.
Because that's really what that's about.
Got what cuz, sir. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, no sweat. And that's really what it's about, man. That man has no desire in, because anytime you in the conversation about what we can do for all people, now you don't even care about black people.
Right.
Because all people ain't suffering. All people ain't going through hell. They ain't going through the opioid or the crack epidemic. They're not going through the roach-infested. All people are not going through the roach-infested apartments. All people are not going through the murder in the streets by the cops. All people are not dying by AIDS. All people are not aborting their babies by the millions every year.
Right.
That's happening with black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So when you start hearing a nigga talk about all people, black, Hispanic, Native Indian man, that nigga hates you. He hates you. You know what I'm saying? And that is this guy right here. That's this man right here.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Salakia.
You have to read the next article.
Oh God, I'm about to read it.
It is disgusting, sir.
Verse.
Oh, no, Salakia, sir. It's the article. The article.
Salakia.
It's just gonna make you cringe out of one, because when I read it, I damn near cracked my teeth.
So the resolution, okay, got you. Resolution condemning any groups and individuals who seek to divide our community.
What?
And our community.
Good night.
And incite hatred.
I'm like this, sir. When I read that, I was like, whose community is he talking about? What community? He didn't specify what community he's talking about. What community are we dividing? Because last time I checked, Greenville is a divided community.
Damn right.
If you go downtown, if you go to Cherrydale right now, there is a neighborhood called City Heights. It is the ghetto. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Because our people are down there. Even though we are destroyed in there, I love it because you get to see our people. But we are in so much poverty in this neighborhood in City Heights that it's horrible.
That's right.
But if you leave out of City Heights, there's a gas station right around the corner from it called Spinks.
Right.
From Spinks, you can look right across the road and you will see mansions. I'm talking about mansions. I'm talking about $1 million homes. million homes. I've been to them. I delivered product for them when I was at a slavery. This devil bought a $5,000 bathtub just to put in one of her homes. A $5,000 cast iron bathtub. The damn tub was so heavy, it took about 2 or 3 people to tote it. And she paid, and I seen the price tag on it when they bought it. And they said, we cut her a deal. I said, God damn. Yeah, we cut her a deal. It was more than that.
God damn.
I was in there like, I'm a po nigga. I said, I come from Jesse Jackson Townhomes where you and the roaches hang out together.
Yeah.
They eat what you eat. You eating your food, they eating with you. They got a bib on and everything.
Yeah, y'all grow together. They never be your cousin.
That's my cousin right there. Like, don't step on him. We have been through a lot. Let him live. Roach lives matters, goddammit. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? And this fool right here, Bruce Wilson, has the nerve and audacity to say, resolutions condemning any groups and individuals who seek to divide our community.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
That is a direct, blatant target attack against the ISUPK.
It is.
Because he's seen us out the outer one. He knows who we are. He looked at us when he was marching by. He seen us and he was like, "Oh shit."
Man, so like if I could, man.
Kind of what kind, sir?
It's no surprise that the ISUPK is the most radical organization in this earth.
Damn right.
And we're the most radical organization right here in South Carolina.
Damn right.
We are the ones that go out there on Saturdays and we say what we say openly on a mic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The white nationalists, the KKK, you know, they come out every now and then, every blue moon, and they walk up the streets and they say what they say, do what they do or whatever. But we're the only ones who you have to deal with damn near every goddamn Saturday.
Ooh,
so we know you're talking about us. We know this is about us.
Damn
this
right.
ain't about nobody goddamn else, man.
Damn right.
This is about the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, man. So get used to it, man. You black, Hispanics, and native Indians better learn that you under attack. And these niggas right here, these Negroes, these sellout Negroes, because that's a whole breed of Negro right there. It's one thing when you a Negro that's just lost in the world and don't have a clue what is and what ain't. But these Negroes be knowing what we know. They know the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know what really is going on this earth. But because they're so invested in the money and they such whores in this society.
Right.
And they love this society so much, they don't give a damn about the truth, man.
Damn right.
What they give a damn about is their image and their money, man, their pockets. And at your expense, you gotta die and be poor and live in the projects under roaches, and you have to die in the damn street so that some bald-headed nigga can go around and run his mouth about what needs to be done in this city against us, man, who are trying to teach you how to get off of drugs, who are trying to get you to stop aborting our babies, who are trying to stop all the whoredom in our neighborhoods, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't care about that.
Good night. Damn right.
He don't give a damn about that, man.
Damn right. This nigga does not care. And Bruce Wilson, we pray that this gets out to you. But when we see you in the streets, we are going to deal with you correctly. We're going to deal with you the way how we have been taught here in the UPK. We're going to call you out, and we're going to let you know that we already know that you're trying to plot against us, man.
Damn right.
This ain't nothing new. Commander General Yohana has been going through this for years, man. For years. People trying to come against us and stand against the ISUPK. But we got one thing from you, man. You cannot stop what the Lord has authorized, man. You can't stop the UPK, man. We're going to come in that street corner every Saturday. We're going to blaze on you. Next time y'all have a protest, we're going to blaze on you. We're going to be at any of your events where you try to speak at. We're going to be there, and we're going to speak. So like I said, if I could, could I get Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16? Because this is a perfect scripture for brothers such as Bruce Wilson.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
So like I said, I think I got the wrong one.
That's what.
Oh, it was Proverbs 4 and 14. So like it, sir.
So like it. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked.
That's what we're not supposed to be doing. And that's what the brother Bruce Willis has done. Even though he's a sellout, he's a coon, he's half a homosexual, he's Uncle Tom, he's all of it. But he's still a brother. Mm-hmm. And what he's not supposed to be doing is entering to the path of the wicked. Because this thing that he's trying to push for, they're going to try and push it. They're going to try to push it because he's complying with these devils, man. But what he doesn't understand is he's entering into the path of the wicked, man. You're following right in the same footsteps as what they're trying to do. They have been trying to bring down the ISUPK for years, man. They know about us. You don't think Greenville County councilmen know about the ISUPK? You don't think they get on the internet and watch our videos? You don't think they remember the time where the UPK went inside of the town hall meeting and spoke against what the police were doing to them? Officer Dawood, Officer Dawood, we was with him. We went inside one of their meetings that they had at the town hall and spoke against them. And it was so disgusting because there was a brother that was there who was pushing for the police officers to do more brutality against black people. In other words, he was like, we should have more police officers in the ghettos. We're trying to bring down the crime rate. And I was just like, we was all just looking at each other like, nigga, you want the police officers in our neighborhoods? You want them to brutalize us? We just seen a video earlier this year where the police officer had the brother in handcuffs and slammed his head into the police officer. The police officer opened the door and slammed his head into it.
It's like if I could.
Kind of one kind, sir.
It's so heavy that what you saying because these sellout coons, man. You black Hispanics and Native Indians better learn who they are, man. You understand? Because his solution was for our oppressor to rule over us and to oppress us. When we are destroyed as a people, man. When in reality, what he should have been advocating for us is to be able to police our own neighborhood.
Damn right,
we
sir.
We police ourselves with these laws, statutes, and commandments. You will see a significant change in the crime rate amongst black Hispanics and Native Indians.
Damn right.
But when you involve our oppressor, who is our enemy, what the hell you think he's going to do? He's going to bring drugs into our neighborhood, man.
Right.
He's going to arrest us on false charges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to do things that are going to cause us to go and commit crimes. We're going to be so oppressed that selling drugs is the only thing we can think to do.
Right.
To survive. You know what I'm saying? So it's so horrible that anybody would advocate. And give it up for Salak, if I could. Give it up for Officer Dawood, man.
Yeah, right.
Excellent brother out here in South Carolina.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? He's out there in San Antonio about to raise up the dead out there and about to make a mighty camp out there in San Antonio.
Damn
you know
right.
But he went out there with a couple of brothers, him and Officer Aban Kara, and they went out there, man, and they set the record straight in Colombia and let them know, like, yo, we gotta bring the truth to the people, to these people that you call criminals, that you hate so much. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bring the truth to them. We ain't trying to destroy them. We ain't trying to bring oppression to them, man. We ain't trying to bring hatred to them. But these coons, you better understand. These people like this man, this Bruce, what's his last name?
Bruce Wilson, sir.
Wilson.
Ooh, wee.
Damn, they call him Bruce Willis.
I call him the Black Bruce Willis.
The Black Bruce Willis, man.
BBW. Black Bruce Willis.
You understand? BBW. Bruce Willis. Black Bruce Willis. This Bruce Wilson, man, this is a traditional, classic coon, man. A man who wants nothing more but to appease the so-called white man,
right,
and fill his pockets at the expense of the rape, rob, and murdering of his own people, man. He is this modern-day Sadducees and Pharisees, man, who were hypocrites and who hated God, really.
Right.
Because even though they were following some laws, they were not following all the laws, but they were persecuting those who didn't follow all the laws, man, or who wasn't following the laws. And they treated Christ like garbage. treated him like garbage when he followed the laws perfectly. And this man, Bruce Wilson, sees that we are here and we are really advocating for black people. And he hates us so much because to him, it doesn't include white people inside
Right.
of it, in which he's right. It doesn't.
Right.
Because the Lord told us to separate.
Damn right.
And we go on with what the Lord says, not what Esau says.
Damn right.
And because we're not including all people into this body, man, because in our speeches we're not including everybody into this body, now he's an enemy of ours. Because really he wants to be able to have sex with white women. Really he wants to be able to have sex with white men. Really he wants to be able to go to parties with white people, sip tea with white people, have cookouts with white people. That's what he wants.
Right.
And that's the reason why he can't have no niggas from the hood sitting on the street talking about how to fix black people. He can't stand that. Nah, he wants a society where we all going to be together. We going to all love each other. When God hates that, man.
Damn right.
God hates it. God only wants us to love ourselves.
Right.
Meaning our people. He's not looking for us to be trying to love all nations because all the other nations have taught us to do drugs and sell drugs to our own people and murder and rape and rob and be pedophiles. That's all learned behavior that we got from our enemies. And so-called Uncle Tom's like Bruce Wilson is trying to bring us and conjoin us to those societies, man. To that society that approves that. So like.
It's like, sir, you goddamn right out one. And right. And so like I said, what that brother Bruce Wilson, what he wants is he wants to be that man who come on, sir. He wants to be that man who Massa calls on whenever there's a problem dealing with the black people. He and Bruce Wilson knows. It's like I got some more of it too. I don't want. Bruce Wilson knows that, you know, we are destroyed in this country, in this place, you know, in America. But he wants to feel obligated to be the man who represents black people. And this is what he doesn't understand. These white folks don't respect him.
That's right.
They don't respect him. They got more respect for us than they do for him.
That's right.
Because one thing that they sit behind closed doors and say behind his back is, if I was them, I would do the same thing. If I was getting destroyed the way they are, I would do the same thing.
That's right.
But they love Bruce Wilson. They love him because he's such a good boy. Because when they call on him, they can smack him on top of his bald head and be like, go get the niggas now, boy. Yes, sir. Eyes will get him. That's what he wants. Like, do you... It's like, so I'm going to get another verse, Lamentations 4:17, to tie into this. Oh, my goodness, man. I can't even explain what the brother... I don't hate the brother, but it's just disgusting, man, because he doesn't understand, like, do you know how much of a traitor you have to be to want that role? You want to be the brother who Massa calls on when the people get out of line. He wants to be like Al Sharpton. He wants to be the Jesse Jackson. He wants to be the Martin Luther King of Greenville, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? He wants a statue with a bald head made of him so people can be like, Bruce Wilson, he stood for something. The Christian church loves Bruce Wilson. They love him. They hate the UPK. They hate us.
That's right.
They hate them po niggas on them street corners every day. They hate us with a passion. But they don't have the courage to walk up to us and say something to us. Bruce Wilson seen us on that street corner, and he didn't take not one time to march up to us and say something. He didn't take one time to step up to us and be like, hey, y'all brothers need to stop doing what you're doing, because he knew we would mop the floor with him. He knew we would call him on his rhetoric bull crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sir,
it's like if I could.
Sir.
This is how you know that for him, this is all politics. This is all money. This is all sellout. He doesn't really have a heart for, you know, for whatever his true intentions are. I'm gonna tell you what this really is, right? What this really is if he didn't come up to us and he wouldn't say nothing to us about what we teaching, it's because he was afraid of what his image was gonna look like if we did cut him, man.
Right.
If we cut him and we had it on camera, he don't want that on camera.
Right.
He don't want it to go out that the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, put him in his place.
Damn right.
About how to deal with black Hispanics and everything. And best believe it was going to happen. If he had came to us, if he wasn't so cowardly, and he came and stepped before the prophets of the Lord, the priests and the prophets of the Lord, he would have got a lesson that would have been that he would have not been able to forget. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want it because he knew that there was a possibility that he was going to stand before us and he was going to get slaughtered in the scriptures.
Damn right.
He was going to get slaughtered in his morale to the point where what could he do next after getting slaughtered like that?
Ooh-wee.
How could he even go out there and say anything or speak on anything after it being seen that he's wrong and we're right? Like, too many people would have saw it and been like, well, damn. You know, them brothers right there, they right. And he just sound like another Martin Luther King. And another Martin Luther King, it just ain't good for us right now. Because black people are going to see. Black people are tired today, man.
Right.
Black people today ain't, listen. You can already see it, Abon. If I'm wrong, then let me know. But it's starting to seem, and I could be wrong, that this generation is now starting to begin to kind of see what the ISUPK has been saying since '69.
Kind of one kind, sir.
It sounds like more of the spirit and the soldiers are starting to kind of grow a little bit inside of brothers and sisters now.
Right.
So he's in this, and his whole plight right now, man, is to rock y'all back to sleep, man. Because if he rocks y'all back to sleep, that's gonna make him so much of a good and a good servant to the white man, and the white man is gonna love him and thank you, little nigger, for going out there and misleading all the other niggers. Thank you. And he's just gonna be like, yeah, master, I'll do whatever he needs me to do as long as you take care of me. Give me the nice little shiny coat. Give me the nice coat, and I'll be all right. I remember when I did the Slag, if I could, on the sidetrack. I remember when I did the lecture, right?
Kind of kind.
And the lecture was about the revolutions, black revolutions in the South, and I remember there was a piece of the article that I had brought out about how it was easy to get a brother, especially if he was a so-called house Negro, to be or do certain things for the master, as long as he knew he was going to get gifts from the master. As long as he knew he would get that hand-me-down jacket that the master used to wear.
Damn.
The jacket or the pants or the shoes. Because, the slaves wore raggedy, garbage. But the slave master had nice, sewed up, real nice garments made out of leather and nice linen and expensive material. You know what I'm saying? The slaves, they pretty much were either half naked or wearing sackcloth.
Right.
But if you was a good slave and you played that violin real good, played that violin real good, and you told on all of the slaves, whenever they did something wrong, then you got a nice little shiny coat, man.
Good.
With some color in it. You finally got something that make you look like something. That's what Bruce Wilson is, man. He got him a shiny little coat. Greenville, South Carolina gave him a shiny little coat, and he said, yes, sir, I go out here and I'll tell everybody them ISUPK Negroes is wrong. And all of them, we won't speak nothing about the white man, because y'all my masters. I love y'all. Y'all dudes good to me. That's what y'all facing. That's what y'all better understand is going on right now.
Right.
I better understand that's what's going on. Y'all sitting there thinking that this is just, I don't know what you think it is, but I'm telling you, man, you even got enemies within your own nation. And you can go as far as to the scriptures if you want to go back in history and you'll find that there were men who were inside of that, who were appointed over Israel, the so-called Sadducees and Pharisees, and they hated Christ.
Right.
Christ was the spokesperson of the poor.
Damn right.
He was the man who loved the poor and went out there and taught the poor, and while the Pharisees and Sadducees persecuted them for not knowing the law instead of helping them. And that's Bruce Wilson.
Right.
Bruce Wilson is a Pharisee and Sadducee, and he despises the poor. He doesn't give a damn about how horrible your life is in the projects, or how horrible that drug life is, or how horrible anything is. You know why he doesn't care about that? He doesn't care about that because it's not him.
Right.
What he wants is what the white society has. What you want is for better situation or better conditions for black people, but what he wants is his money. So like,
good night.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm killing you about that.
Like I say, that's the wild about the one. I'm just gonna pull Lamentations 4:17. So
yeah, Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as had yet failed, for our vain help.
And like I don't want to say it. Like I don't want to just say it. He said, Bruce Wilson just want the shiny coat. You know, but all of that is just vain. It means nothing. And so, like I said, what you were saying was so heavy, I don't want, because, like you said, they always got the house Negro to be the person to be the representation for black folks that, you know, who gonna tell on everybody, and they give them a coat and all of this and these various things. And that brother who was that house Negro, he only did that because he wanted to get that respect Massa was getting.
That's right.
That's all he wanted. He thought, if I go out here and be a good boy, my people gonna respect me and Massa gonna love me. I'm gonna get both worlds. I'm gonna get the respect from my people and Massa gonna love me.
That's right.
And Massa gonna love me. And this is the only thing that's gonna happen to those Negroes who think Massa is going to love them, sir. So like, so you can go ahead with that scripture out of one, sir. So like it, sir.
Yeah, good. As for us, our eyes has yet failed, for our vain hope. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Good night. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to be a good slave. You're going to tap dance for Massa with both your hands together like that. You think it's going to mean something. He going to give you the shiny coat, and you thinking that it's really going to help black folks. You think you doing all of this is going to make Massa be like, you know what? We going to show some respect to these Negroes now. We ain't going to do them how we been doing. When this nigga Bruce Wilson doesn't even know that these people go behind closed doors and they have bigger meetings than he ever could imagine.
That's right.
Like these oppressors who run this place down here, they are Ku Klux Klan members, man.
That's right.
We are telling you and we know. The Ku Klux Klan runs Greenville, South Carolina.
That's right.
White racists run this country. Who was the president before Joe Biden? Donald Trump. And what was he? A racist devil. Who hated blacks, who hated Hispanics, who hated Native Indians. Hell, he hated his own people. He just talked good. He a businessman.
That's right.
And who do you think was backing him up? Other Caucasians from different towns, different cities, different places. Like Greenville, like South Carolina, like the mayor now. Is it the mayor or the governor? The governor of South Carolina. Come on, man. Who don't know that he's a racist? Who don't know that McAllister he hates black people? He hates you too.
That's right.
You don't think he deals with the governors from each town in Greenville? Like governors from each little city in South Carolina? He sits down with them. They know who we are.
Damn right.
He sits down with all of these these mayors from each town. They ask them, what's going on in your town? What's happening in your town? Well, we dealing with the ISUPK down here in Greenville. Oh, those guys? We were dealing with them in Greenville. Oh, they dealing with them in North Carolina. Oh, they dealing with them in Atlanta. They dealing with them in Florida. Last time I checked, they in Texas. They in New York. What can we do to stop this problem? Where are they at now? Greenville. I got it, nigga. Bruce Wilson. He's a good boy. We give him $1 million, he'll do whatever.
That's right.
Y'all better wake up and realize something, man. Our odds have failed for our vain help, man. You think Bruce Wilson is help, but his help is vain. The help he's trying to get for you, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, here in Greenville, South Carolina, it is vain help. And it is sad also, because so many of our grandmothers in these Christian churches, they support Bruce Wilson. They love him. I'm talking about they hug him. He comes to the churches. I'm talking about they arms wrapped around the Bruce. You doing so much for the people. You love our people, and he hates your grandmother. He would spit on her forehead if it wasn't for that 10-gallon hat.
That's right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, our odds have failed for this vain help. Y'all better stop relying on vain help. Bruce Wilson is not going to help you.
That's right.
Jack Logan was the other brother who did the guns down young people. The one who said that he didn't orchestrate for them to shut down the clubs in Greenville, South Carolina. So he responded to you, sir, on the message that time. And he said he didn't orchestrate them to shut down the clubs here in Greenville. And we all know he did. He's another Uncle Tom who's trying to get himself raised up in politician. He was my friend on Facebook, but something happened. I don't want.
Man, if I could,
Come on, Council.
I just want to say this, right? One thing I learned about being in South Carolina, right? And I've been in South Carolina for now probably about a few years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been in North Carolina most of my years, and in South, and of course Texas prior to me coming into this truth or whatever.
Right.
And one thing I noticed about Texas, and trust me, I'm not saying this is South Carolina is the only state. You know what I'm saying? Because this is everywhere.
Right.
This is everywhere. I want you to understand what I'm saying. But being here in South Carolina, man, I realized that it is such a big thing for a bald-headed Negro. and this is the crazy part. Negro probably grew up in the hood. Probably was living in roach-infested apartments as well.
That's a fact.
And Negro just all of a sudden out of nowhere is just like this politician, and he just loves everybody, and any nigga that speaks up against the change or the simulation that takes place inside of Greenville, South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Now he like it's this South Carolina thing. It's like I'm learning so much. I'm realizing and learning so much that you know what I'm saying, that in South Carolina, man, and again, not just in South Carolina, but there are so many brothers, you know, that hate their own people, man.
Right.
That would rather be a coon and side with our enemy who hate us. Like this South Carolina, man. You go back in the history books, South Carolina is probably one of the worst states for racism.
Damn right.
KKK is South Carolina. You want to know where the KKK started? South Carolina.
That's a fact, sir.
You want to know where the slaves first was brought into America? South Carolina. You understand? Like, come on, man. And in this state right here, man, we have to deal with not just our oppressor, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
But we also got to deal with even our own people who have joined and made an allegiance with our enemy to destroy us, man.
Select, sir, if I could. Another thing people don't know, Jesse Jackson is from Greenville, South Carolina. He's from...
There you go.
I lived in a neighborhood that was named after this brother. It was a neighborhood called Jesse Jackson Townhomes. And with that, good night. Good night. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits. For 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21. Malachi 3, chapter 8, verse 10. It's like verse 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, get to the treasury department of the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering from priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Next week will be the Passover. It's the 14th day of the first month. It'll be Saturday, April the 24th, 2021. It'll be held in Houston, Texas, man. Brothers and sisters, please come, man. We recommend you to come, man. It's going to be the 52nd annual Passover. It's going to be phenomenal, man. I'm down in Houston, Texas, man. All right. It's the 7th day. It's like it. It'll be 14th day of the first month, Saturday, April 24th, 2021. You can read about this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51. Leviticus 23, verse 4 through 5. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 through 8. 2 Corinthians chapter 30, verse 17. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.